Well, typical Monday. Again, able to digest the film from Saturday. A lot of good things, in all three phases. Obviously, defensively, in this day and age, giving up no points in college football, that's a really good effort. Was really happy second half, the quality of play. We did begin to rotate a lot of guys in, and it was important to them to keep the shutout going. And I mean, I even just think about like Skylar Thomas comes up with the interception, had the nice play on fourth down. A true freshman, been working, improving, has earned to get himself in the rotation, playing a bunch on special teams as a true freshman, won't redshirt. Guy's doing it right. It's awesome to see. Offensively balance across the board. And really, the special teams part, there wasn't a lot there. Punting just one time. We got to clean up some things on the field goal thing, but I thought it was a complete game. And so that's the kind of momentum you want to have headed into brand new season. Conference play, going down to a historic place, a big-time opponent in USC. We got a bunch of respect for. Got a lot of talent, difficult schemes on both sides. I know a lot of attention kind of starts for them on offense because they're prolific throwing the ball, but defensively, these guys make you earn it, make it physical, challenge you, man-to-man coverage, load the box, got some athletes, rush the passer. I mean, these guys are good. And so we're looking forward to that challenge. Questions?
So I think we can agree that Idaho and Hawaii probably aren't going to be the toughest opponents on your schedule. How do you measure improvement in those two games? I mean, the numbers were good. How do you measure improvement, just and not be too swayed by any sort of fool's gold on that?
Right. Well, there is improvement in the details, but there's also things that show up. I mean, even we got some fourth down stops defensively, but we cut the back loose out of the backfield. They just drop the ball and they don't convert there. I mean, there's some things that show in our assignments and execution that need to get better. There's going to be way less room for error when you start playing better opponents, which we got this week. And so our guys are very aware of that. That's been our approach every Sunday to come in, win, lose, or draw. There's stuff to clean up, stuff that we've done well. So it's a process, and we do. We want to have a mantra that we're improving week in and week out to be playing our best football in November.
Did you feel like the improvement? How much improvement did you feel like there was from week 1 to 2, and then week 2 to week 3?
Yeah, I think there was a jump week 1 to week 2, especially on the offensive side. Running the ball more explosive, needed that to happen. Less assignment errors. I thought, even week 2 to week 3, guys absorbing the game plan because you're looking at a little bit different offenses, and that wasn't easy to do. And be able to manage all the different calls and different looks you were going to see. I thought that was a sign of improvement in our last game.
Do you have any experience from in your career playing a team that's got an interim coach coming in at Washington or Boise?
Right. I don't think so. Nothing's coming to my mind. So no, I don't think so.
How much can those effects have? How long can they last? If you've been a part of anything where you've come in or gone, when someone new takes over, the team rallies, can that last a whole season or just a couple of games?
Oh, I'm sure it can last a whole season. Again, I'm not in that building, but I was able to watch the tape from Washington State. Schematically looked pretty similar to the first couple of games. Credit to those guys. They got down, but they didn't bat an eye. They kept on battling and played really well in that second half. And so, change at head coach, I'm sure there's some changes over there, but you watch the tape, it looks pretty similar. This is a good team that's well coached.
Jonathan, what are some of the challenges in preparing for a team that you don't know what they're going to do at quarterback, at least as of right now?
Right. There's some challenge there. I do think you study the scheme, and both those quarterbacks, whoever's playing, they're good players. They can throw it. They got some talent. We don't see them wholesale changing from one quarterback to the other in regards to the type of plays they're running, and that played out in the Washington State game. I mean, they were lining up in similar formations and throwing the ball, and they were effective in the run game. So you prepare for that scheme, and whoever plays quarterback, you go.
And how helpful is, I guess, having a lot of experienced guys, especially on the defensive side, going into Pac-12 play now? And what kind of conversations are you guys having with some of your younger players before this kind of new part of the season?
Sure. We talk about it. This is the new season, conference games. Good opponent. We do got veterans on this team that turns into leadership on this team that they go back to work. I mean, we approach Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, really the same, whoever we're playing on Saturday, and counting on those leaders to do it. And this will be a good experience because we do get some younger guys that'll travel, and first conference game for them, but they'll prepare well.
There's quite a few guys on this roster from the LA area, and I remember when you went down to UCLA 2 years ago, it's kind of a motivational point for them to go home and kind of put on a show for their friends and family. Is there kind of that element again this year going down to USC?
Yeah, I think there always is for guys that go back to their hometowns or that close to their hometown to be excited about it, have some family and friends, be able to see them play in person. Added motivation, I don't know. I think we're pretty motivated all the time, but they definitely enjoy playing closer to home.
Now entering Pac-12 play, obviously a couple of big wins for the conference in the non-con schedule and quite a few big losses as well. What's just kind of your overall take, the state of the conference as you go into this 9-week schedule?
Right. I think this conference is competitive. I think college football in general now is competitive. Look, we're focused on the Trojans. That's our first chance to play in conference. I look at them with the talent they got. The schemes make it difficult. I think everybody in this league can beat everybody, and you got to play well on Saturday to win. And we're going to have to play really well to beat these guys.
You've obviously been to Southern California several times since you started coaching. Does it mean anything to you at all to go back home at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's added. That's where I grew up. I mean, I grew up going to SC games, watched a bunch of games in the Rose Bowl, and so Southern California is, I still got family there, and so it's fun for me to go down there and it means something, just like each week, but I got more people wanting tickets this week than maybe playing somewhere else.
Were you a fan of either one of those teams?
Yeah, I was an SC fan. A buddy of mine had season tickets, and he used to take me a good amount, and Rodney Peete and Todd Marinovich, and yeah.
Obviously, the 61 years since Oregon State's won down there. Do the players, do they even know those things?
I don't think so. I mean, again, in the locker room, the team meetings, it's so much about, what we're headed toward. Previous years don't matter. It's going to come down who plays the best for 60 minutes this Saturday. So I just don't see that as a huge talking point amongst the guys.
With Omar and Avery, what has led to those guys, having the success that they've had sort of as a duo, and do you see those guys feeding off each other?
Yeah, they've been real productive. They definitely work well together. I will say big picture in our defensive scheme, a lot is filtered for those guys to make tackles. It starts with the D-line being in the right spot and spilling the ball to those two. Two of the, toughest guys in practice that work at it, leadership-wise. Football means a ton to those two guys. And they do feed off each other. They're hanging out outside this building a bunch, and that's been a great connection for a couple of years with those two.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you about the leadership. Those two guys, are they more lead by example or both more vocal guys?
Example, yeah, both of them, especially Omar. But they're not the most vocal, but when they speak, guys listen. But they're all about the day-to-day and doing things right.
Yeah, to Nick's question about gaining, seeing improvement and how to assess that when you're playing opponents that you're supposed to beat. Same thing for the running game. There were adjustments made from Purdue to week 2, and then week 3. Do you see those on film? Because obviously it's been very successful. And then how much do you take from, yes, we're doing the right things, but again, it's against the opponents that you should beat.
Yeah, I mean, you attack the scheme and the opponent you're playing each week, and so you put a plan together and then, prepare, and so that they can execute it on Saturday. This challenge this Saturday is going to be a lot more difficult to have success running the ball like we've had the last 2 weeks because of the scheme and the athletes.
And then to the 61 years thing and the players not knowing that, is that something you put in before you hit the field rah-rah speech, or do you not do those things?
I really don't. I mean, I wasn't even born 60 years ago. I mean, I really don't. I mean, we're about kind of a consistent approach, and I'm not a big rah-rah guy before the game anyways.
Is it a little more challenging this week with a road game and school starting the same week as opposed to playing at home?
There's something there. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. School starting Wednesday. and being on top of things, and the schedule's gonna feel a little different, them getting to class and coming back and all of that, so, trying to eliminate as many distractions as possible. Mentioned already going down to a hometown for a lot of guys and school starting, so it's something we're managing.
I didn't notice Saturday, did Jones play?
He got in late, yep, yep. Elijah's
There's
good.
no one else that really knows, but
No, Coletto he was available, but did not play, but he should be good to go this weekend.
And on Jackson Garth, what do you see from him when you look at him on film? I know it's just the one game, but his strengths that popped out to you?
Yeah, he could throw it. Looked like he understood what they were trying to do offensively, not a bunch of glaring mistakes for first time playing. Looks pretty athletic when he pulled the ball a couple times and tucked and got some yards. Talented. Okay, thanks.